Hi guys, welcome to Linux our YouTube channel. My name is Ram Mishra and I'm your online instructor. So what's new in this video? In this video we will talk about test operators in shell script. But before start the lab session we need to understand few points, which is what is test of command and how it's operate in shell script. So test operator in bash script helps you evaluate the condition, such as you may want to execute a specific block of code based on whether the condition is true or not. So if a command or expressions or code is valid, the test command return the value, truth value, which is 0, and else it return the false value, which is 1. So in simple word, we can say test command is used to test the validity of command. So in this demo, we will walk through the syntax, key operator, and practical example to effectively use the test command. So let's move on. Here you can see I am on my Linux terminal, and let me show you the OS release version first of all. If I go cat etc release, this is RHEL 10. Let's try to understand the syntax of test command first. If I go man test, this is the manual is available. So basically bash use the test command or its shorthand single square bracket for evaluating condition based on various operators. These operators are categorized into the numeric, string, and file test operator. So as per the syntax test command in single square bracket we have expressions like here, right? So here the expressions can be any command or expressions that can be evaluated by the shell, and if you are using the variable with the test command, for example if I'm trying to explain test, then we have some variable like var1 and some operator, and then suppose I have any one variable 2 var 2. So what the standard says that it is recommended use double quotes with the variable name for reliability and safety, right? So let's try to understand how test command is basically work, right? So we will make then later on we will make script files and talk about the different operator. So let me use the very basic echo command with test command. So if I try to go with this test, suppose I go with the one value which is in my case 5 equal to 5, then I say echo dollar question mark. Okay, let me try to go with this. So what does it mean? In this example, I'm just using the equal to expressions with the test command. When doing so, the exit status for the test command will be 0 or 1. But to see the output, I will need to use echo command. So now let's press enter and see the result what happened. The moment I press enter, I got 0, and suppose I change here 10, it says 1. So basically what happening here, in the first test command I'm using test command that check if 5 is equal to 5 or not, using hyphen eq operator, which is used here, right? This is eq operator equal, so for numerical comparison. So in shell, since 5 is equal to 5, this command succeed, right? Echo dollar question mark, this print the exit status of previous command, which is in this case it is test command, and my exit code is 0, means successful, truth condition, right? In the next test command here, when I go 5 equal to 10, I'm checking 5 is equal to 10 or not with again hyphen eq operator. This time test become false because 5 is not equal to 10. Since the condition is false, the test command fails, right? And finally I got echo dollar question mark, the print the exit state as 1, means failure, that false condition. So I hope the basic idea is clear how the test command works. Now let's make some shell script and call up test command with operators over there. So using operator in bash script is how you determine whether a condition is truth or not. Operators let us test things like arithmetic functions, compare test strings, check if a file exists or not, and many more, right? So let's start with the first operator, which is relational operator. So relational operator are used to compare the value usually within the test or single square bracket or double square bracket or conditional statement like if. So there are two category of relational operators. relational operators for integers used for comparing the numerical value, relational operators for string used to compare string value. So let me show you the list of relational operators. So if I'm trying to open my PDF slide, I hope it's visible to all of you. Relational operators for integers, right? So here you can see the list of integer and string operators, right? So you can use hyphen, hyphen, eq, equal to, not equal, greater than or equal, less than or equal, and you can use it inside the single square bracket. And these are basically used for the numerical point of view, right? And to call up these operator in your shell script, you can use test command and call up from there, right? And for string, we have the equal, not equal, less than, similar kind of operator for string values. So to call up this one, you just use the test command and call the value within the single operator uh, using the directly test command or single, as well as the double, perfect for the modern basher, right? So let me copy the content, let me make a script, and then I will try to go with this one, right? So I am on my I am on my Linux shell again. Let me try to make a one file demo.sh, right? So let me copy the content from my notepad and then I will explain everything line by line. So this is a very basic program I write down for you. Let me copy and paste. Okay, let's try to understand from here. Okay, it's not successfully copied. Give me 1 second. Let me copy complete. Yeah, from bin bash. Okay. Yeah, now it is there. So let me explain the code. So this is the bash script that demonstrates how to compare two number and two string values entered by the user, right? So let's break it down line by line. The first line, line number one, is shebang. It tells the system to use the bash shell to interpret this script. Then in the next two line, I'm going to prompt the user to input two number here, number A, number B, right? So prompt the user to input two number using read command, which are stored in the variable A and B. Then in the next line from here, if condition start, this section compare the two number, test $A hyphen less than $B, then it's show me the message $A is less than B, otherwise it will go $A is not less than B, right? So hyphen LT stand for less than, used for integers only. Then in the next line here I'm going to start another one. I'm going to start string comparison started. Then again I'm prompting the user to input two string using read command, which are stored in the variable 1 and variable 2. And then from the next line, if condition started here. So if I scroll down, if I says $1 is less than $2, variable 2, then $var comes before $variable 2, otherwise else $var1 comes after $var2, and finally close the script, close the if condition using 5. So in short, this script asks the user to enter two number and compare them, prints whether the first number is less than the second or not, and then it will ask the user to enter two string and compare them alphabetically, and print if the first string comes before the second in dictionary order or not. So this script demonstrates basic number and string comparison in bash. So let's execute the script with the correct permission. So I'll save and quit. I'll give chmod plus x demo.sh and now try to run. Please enter the first number. I said 1, then say 2. 1 is less than 2. Yes, it's working. It's working fine, right? And if I say first value APPLEMANGO, mango, oops, something happened wrong here. I got some error on line number 18, mango, no such file or directory. Why? Why we got this error? So let's open the script and check it from there one more time. If I open my demo.sh, look at the line number 18. So in line number 18, we have to be noted very carefully when we compare the string with greater than or less than, to avoid them being treated as redirection operator, we need to use double square bracket, not single square bracket. So we have to use double square instead of single square. So let it be changed from here. It should be double square. And one more thing we can do here, this which is what um, in we rather than look at the line number 7, you use test command here. So rather than use test command, we can use single square bracket. So I change this test single square bracket $a less than $b and save it, right, like this. So line number 7 I also got changed. So this form is functionality identical to use the test keyword, but it is often preferred for its simplicity and readability. It's widely supported and typically used in conditional statement within bash script. So basically single square bracket is a symbolic link to test and just to make shell program more readable, right? Let me try to save and quit and run it one more time. Demo.sh, one number, two number, AWP apple and mango. Yep, I got the one is less than two and apple comes before mango. Let it be go one more time in reverse order. Two, one, mango, AWPLE, mango comes after apple. So I hope this is clear how we can use relational operators with test command, right? Let's do one more example, file testing operator. As the name suggests, the file test operator are used to perform various tests on files and directories. In bash scripting, file test operator are used to check attributes and properties of files and directories, and these operators are typically used in conditional statement, if, whiles, to make decision based on the state of the file, whether it exists or not exists, readable, directory, etc. So let me show you some very common file test operator. I'll go again back on my PDF slide. If I scroll down, here you can notice that I've done for you. So here are a table of commonly used file testing operator. Hyphen E if file exists, hyphen F for regular file, D for directory, R for readable, W for writable. So these operators you can use in your shell script using test command, right? So let me try to modify our script again and call the file test operating over there. So I'm back on my screen again. I'll make it blank and I'll go again. Let me copy one more script for you. Let me paste it out here and save first of all. Okay, let me try to explain. It's a very simple, look like lengthy, but it's simple, right? So let's break it down. First line, you know, shebang line tells the system to run the script using bash shell. Next line is basically prompts the user. I'm going to prompt the user enter the file path name and save the result inside file variable, right? Then from the next line, basically condition started here using if. So first we check the read permission. If R-R check if the file is readable by the user running the script and print the result according to the condition met. The file has read access or file doesn't have read access. Then we have a write permission -w check if the file is writable or not. If it is, the file has write access, otherwise file not have write access. Then we check with -x another condition. This -x check whether a file is executable or not. Then we check -f condition -f dollar file. This will check it is regular file, not a directory or special file like device file or socket file. Then we check -d. D represent for directory. It will check whether it's directory or not. If this file is a directory, it will show the directory message. Otherwise, file shape is not a directory. And then finally, we have small s, which checks the file size in greater than 0 or not. It is not empty. And finally we check the if the file exists or not with -e. So if the file exists, it says file exists, and if it says file does not exist, it gives the file does not exist. So finally in this script, it's useful for checking the file permissions and properties for troubleshooting or validation point of view. So let's run the script and see the result. So I run the script demo.sh and we know etc yahoo.txt. I don't have any file inside in my yahoo.txt which is not by default available. So see what happened when I press the enter. The moment I press the enter, look at the result. File does not exist. xll etc yahoo.txt. You can notice in my machine no such file. Let it be go if the file exists. We know very well etc passwd is available in every Linux box. See, I got the result. File has read access. Let it be go with etc passwd. File has read access, has write access, no execute permission. It's an ordinary file. It's not a directory and it's not a zero. The size is there and basically file exists. So you can see we got the result according to the condition met. So file test operator in bash allows you to check various properties of file and directories such as whether they exist, what type they are and what permission they have. These checks are useful in the scripting for making a decision based on file attributes. Finally, we are in the conclusion part that which says test command allow you to perform variety of checks from file properties and string comparison to numerical evolution and complex conditional logic. So by mastering the syntax and operators of test command, you can create more powerful, reliable and efficient scripts. For much more information, you can go over the documentation. Man test. That's all about this demo. Thank you for taking the time with me, and I hope it has improved your understanding of this topic. Hopefully you enjoyed and learned new things. Soon I will come up with another new interesting topic. Till then, keep practicing. If you feel something I have missed or you wanted to know more something else, please reach out to me through my social media link, which is mentioned in the description. And if you like this video, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon button for the latest update. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and goodbye.